Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me trying new products. I'm going to do a full face with new products, some of them which I've tried already and a lot that are still very new to me that I haven't tried yet. So it's going to be like a little bit of a mixture. I love doing these videos with you guys. It's fun for me to try new stuff. It's very exciting. So if you guys want to see that, then keep on watching. So first things first is primer, and Coverfx recently sent me a little PR box of some new products. And this is the Coverfx Mattifying Setting Spray, which I will be using at the end of the video to set my makeup, and then the blurring primer. I talked about in my favorites video how I love their anti-blemish primer and it's so good. So I'm really excited to try. Oh, so this primer is like uber thick, very like silicone-y. It has like a skin color. Ooh, that's really thick. I think this is gonna be kind of like the Benefit Professional, which I'm not like a fan of, so we shall see. Ooh, this is really thick. I kind of wanted something a little bit more moisturizing today. But really quickly before I put the Coverfx primer on, I want to just spritz my face with the Hydrating Milky Mist by Pixi. I just want to add a little bit of moisture and freshness to my skin before I put this primer on. So I'm just going to focus this on where I have the most pores. I'm not going to put it everywhere, because primers like this I feel like need to just be focused where you have the most pores. The texture of this is really, really good though. I love it. It's thick, but it's not too thick. It's actually spreading out like butter. I love that so much. Wow. This feels absolutely amazing so far. Wow. And it really does blur out your pores. It's just very soft. I like that. For my foundation, I've been dying to try these out. I've had them forever. I bought them from Walmart, which feels like 500 years ago, and I really wanted to use it on camera with you guys, so the day has finally come, and I'm very excited. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation, 710 and 725. I'm gonna swatch them both on my cheek and see which one is my shade, or if any are my shade. This foundation has a pump that also locks, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that. I was like, why isn't it pumping? So I'm gonna start with 710 and 725 down here. This foundation smells kind of good. It's very like fresh, like a fresh cologne. Am I smelling this right? It smells really good. Between the two shades, I think 710 is a closer match and it's a little bit lighter, and 725 does look a little bit darker. So I think I'm going to start with 710. To blend out my foundation today, I'm going to be trying something new. This is my Clarisonic Mia 2, and the head attachment is the brush, the makeup brush. I've been really intrigued by this. I've been wanting to try it out, so this is going to be my first test impression of it. I'm very curious how this is going to work. It's soft, but it's also like not soft all at the same time. I feel like it might be streaky. I don't know. Too early to tell. Let's just put it to the test and see how I like it. Oh boy. I think I'm going to start off by just applying some of the foundation on one side of my face. I don't know how much to really add, but that should be good. And then I'm going to go in with this. Alright, we're sticking to speed 1 because that... Oh my god, I'm so nervous. So that was a really interesting experience. I have to say there's absolutely no streaking on my face. That blended out quite effortlessly and quickly. I thought I was going to sit here for hours trying to blend it out, but it looks really good. There are no streaks whatsoever, which I'm like, hallelujah, that was what I was worried about. Foundation looks actually really beautiful too. I forgot we were testing a new foundation. It looks good. It looks really, really good. I'm getting up close. It looks very natural, very skin-like. It's not clinging to dry spots. I do have like a blemish on my chin that's like a scab at the moment, which is like totally disgusting, but we're not gonna mind that. It's definitely not cute around that area, but everywhere else it looks really good. Around the nose, maybe it looks like the most makeup-y around this area, which just happens all the time. Since I'm using a new foundation with a new brush, I don't know if this makes the foundation look any better because I don't know what this foundation performs like. So on the other side of my face, I'm going to take the rest of my foundation and use a regular brush like I normally would and see if it applies differently or what happens to the foundation. So I'm just gonna take a random brush. What is this? Morphe. It's the Morphe brush. Morphe M439. It's just a round kabuki brush. And also this foundation does oxidize. It is much darker than it was when I first applied it. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out on the other side. This blends out really well. Like, what the heck? I like this. I can say right off the bat, at first application, this foundation seems to have amazing coverage. Like, my skin has been really crappy lately, and it pretty much covered almost everything. If I go in with concealer or at least one more very light layer of this foundation, it would be a very nice full coverage. And as for comparing the two sides, I want to say this side definitely has a little bit less coverage and this side has a little bit more, because I feel like you have more control. You stipple it so you're not rubbing it around moving the foundation. I love stippling my foundation on when I want more full coverage instead of, you know, smearing it everywhere. So this side does have a little bit more coverage, but they both went on beautifully and like flawlessly, so there isn't really that type of issue. I would definitely have to go over this side one more time, which I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna build this up to a full coverage, so I'm gonna go over it one more time. I'm gonna do this side with the Clarisonic again and this side with the brush. Yes. So I added another layer of the foundation on both sides using the different tools, and I feel like going over a semi-set foundation with another layer on this, I was really scared it was gonna take off what was underneath and just kind of move it around and make it look a mess, but it didn't do that. Although I felt like it was, it didn't really do that. It looks really flawless. I definitely feel like this foundation oxidized quite a bit. It does not match my neck or my chest whatsoever. It's like really dark. I'm so glad I didn't go with shade 725. That would have been a complete and total disaster. If you think this is your color, go one shade down, which I'm gonna go see if they have another color down, because so far, you guys, I really love the way this foundation looks. I don't have a new concealer to try, and I feel like I need to brighten up my skin a little, so I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape concealers in the shade Sand Light. I find that using this concealer little goes a long way, and it looks so much better when you don't pack it on. So just apply a really tiny amount and you should be like set to go. I think I'm gonna try to blend out my under eye concealer with the Clarisonic on this side too. I'm just really curious what's gonna happen. Wow. Okay, so that blended out really nicely. And I'm gonna do the other side with my brush. I guess we're gonna go with the theme, you know, stick to the tools on each side of the face. I definitely can tell that this side of my face is getting more full coverage with a brush than this side. It still looks beautiful and flawless. It still looks really pretty, but I feel like I'm getting more coverage with this. I can't get over how dark my foundation got. Like, my concealer is way more brightening than it usually is because there's like a crazy contrast between colors. I really like this foundation, but why is it gotta oxidize? Moving on, this is a new product. I have already used it and I mentioned it in my favorites video, but it is fairly new. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book Volume 2, and this is what it looks like inside. I've really been enjoying the cream contour in here, and I love to contour my nose with this. I'm using a Luxie 120 Detail Round Blender Brush. I'm not a nose contour expert or contour expert in general. I just do what I think looks good, or I'm like hoping I'm doing it right. So I'm just gonna do my thing, and if I'm doing it wrong, I am so sorry. I just like to go down the sides of my nose. It looks pretty crazy in the beginning, but I promise we will blend it out and it will look better. This cream is just the perfect shade, and it makes it so easy to do this contouring because normally I don't even bother. And then I like to take a really tiny amount of a lighter concealer and just put the tiniest amount only on the bridge. And when I go in to blend it out, I want to keep it in a straight line. I don't want to diffuse it too much on the sides of my nose because that is where we put our contour. So I just go upwards. And then for that little dot, I like to create a higher nose tip. So it looks like I have like a little button nose. And voila, I'm done. I don't know how it looks like on camera, but in real life, it just really looks like I didn't do much. It's very subtle, but I can see a little bit of a difference. Like I said, I'm not a professional. That is just what I do for fun, not always. I'm also gonna take the cream contour and blend it out with a brush. And I'm also gonna take the cream contour on the other side and blend it with the Clarisonic, because I'm very curious how that is in blending contour. Use your words, Jess.
I'm kind of nervous right now, but
that did a pretty good job, actually. Wow. I'm looking so crazy and tan right now. I guess it beats looking like the wall color behind me, but like, this is actually crazy. I'm like 3 shades darker than I normally am. I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in the shade 05 Fair, and I promise I won't spill it this time. If you guys watched my one brand Maybelline video, accidents happen, guys. I'm just gonna go in, pick up a little bit, and set my face. Sometimes I use the shade 10, but today I'm using the shade 5, which is lighter, so maybe it can help lighten up this foundation a little, because I'm looking really dark. I think that helped just a little bit, but I'm gonna go back to the Kevyn palette and take the powder contour, and I'm gonna take that on an angled Morphe E4 brush, and this is gonna be my powder contour bronzer situation. This blends out so nicely and so easily. For my blush, I'm using a new blush by Ofra Cosmetics, and this is in Bellini. This came out very recently in a summer island vibes collection, I believe. These blushes are really, really pretty, and it goes on a lot more peachier than it looks. It looks like a very soft neutral pink, but they're quite pigmented. So I'm just gonna blend this out because I kind of forgot how pigmented they are. I do love that they are a matte blush. I'm all about the matte blush and then adding my glow much later. For my highlighter, I was gonna use the Ofra Bali highlighter, but I remembered I have the Colourpop pressed highlighter palette in Gimme More. I know I haven't really talked about it, reviewed it, or used it on camera with you guys, so that's what I'm gonna do today for anybody who's curious on these. You get 6 colors, and these look really crazy like orange, but they're actually, they don't come off as orange. It's a really nice sheer wash of color. So I'm gonna mix a few. I think I'm gonna go in 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. Why not? Why not? And let's go to town. Woo! Yes, please. So this is my glow. What do we think? I really like it. I'm glad I bought this palette. It was really hard because it kept selling out, and when I finally got it in the mail, the only thing was this one was a little bit crumbled, so I pressed it back down with my finger, and it seems to be working just fine. Everything else was good, and I really like the packaging. I like your face. Thank you. I like your face. Before I move on to my eyebrows and my eyes, I'm gonna set my face using the Coverfx Mattifying Setting Spray. I haven't used this, so let's give it a little test spray. That was actually really refreshing because it's like 111 degrees outside. It's a hot day, but that felt bomb. I really like that. It dried really, really quickly, and it didn't leave wet spots all over my face. It was a very nice even spray, and it felt very, very refreshing. For my eyebrows, I don't have a new brow product, so I'm just gonna use what I normally use, and it's the Nabla Cosmetics Brow Divine Pencil in the shade Mercury. I'm just going to fill in my brows very, very quickly, and I will be right back. Eyebrows are on, and I actually really love the color of this pencil. I think it goes with like my hair very nicely. When I was a brunette, I was using the shade Jupiter, so if you have darker hair, then try the shade Jupiter, but if you have hair coloring like mine, Mercury is going to be the way to go. And for anyone out there who doesn't like my eyebrows, who doesn't like my bold, arched, thicker eyebrows, I'm very sorry, but I love my eyebrows so much. And yeah. So now we're moving on to the eyes, and I'm pretty dang excited because I'm going to be using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Palette. I've had this on my vanity for the longest time. I haven't even swatched this yet, so I'm pretty excited. All brand spanking new. It's going to be first impression. Everybody and their mamas be talking about this. I was debating whether or not to make like a single video, but there's just so many out there. But I thought I would do it in this video since I'm trying new products. and I haven't tried this product before. So let me zoom you guys in and let's get started. I have the sheet with all the colors on it, so as I'm applying it, I'm gonna go based on this paper. I've been hearing that a lot of people who purchase the palette don't get this size. I hope that you guys still do get the shade names because I'm not gonna stick the whole palette in here every time. So I'm gonna go based on this card of the colors I'm gonna be choosing, so you guys can follow along if you have this palette, or you can probably find it online as well. I'm gonna start off with the shade ENLIGHT, which is the lightest color in the palette. Oh wow, okay. I thought this was a matte nude color, but apparently it's like a very frosty white pearly shade. I was not expecting that. Holy pigment. We're gonna have a little bit of a brow highlight going on. I went into the shade Silk Cream, which is a soft light brown color, and this is gonna go into my crease as our first transition color, so we can blend everything out a little bit more seamlessly. Now I'm taking the shade POOTER, which is the funniest name in the world. Kind of an odd name, POOTER. That just sounds very weird for an eyeshadow. But yeah, I'm just gonna put that in my crease. I'm just gonna start building up colors. I wanna try to use as many as I can because this palette is chock full of them. But you know, obviously how many shadows can we fit on our eyes? I'm going into the shade MOCHA, which is a deeper chocolate matte brown shade. And I'm gonna start darkening up my crease. I'm taking the shade Central Park, which is a very dark brown, like almost black shade. And I'm going to focus that only on the outer parts of my crease. Just taking whatever's left on my brush and bringing it up, but the main focus of the shade is on the outer part. Look at these swatches. Holy crap. And these colors are really pretty too. I don't know if I'm going to put these on my lid today. If you guys want me to do another video or like a really bright fun tutorial using this palette, let me know. But I have some errands to run today, and I don't want to put like a bright blue eyeshadow on today. So these are very pretty though. Like that pigmentation is very nice. Taking the shade Faint, which is a soft pink shimmer color. And this is gonna go, oh wow. Okay, wow, that's actually a lot more pigmented than I thought. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take this on the first half of my eye, I guess. Wow, that is a lot brighter than I thought. And I guess we have some on our lower lash line now. And for the center part of my eye, I'm taking the shade Obsessed, which is more of a taupey metallic. I guess they almost look pretty similar on the eye than they do in the palette. Yeah, they kind of look a little bit similar. But I'm just gonna use Obsessed for the rest of my eye. I'm taking the shade Mocha again with my blending brush, and I'm just going to diffuse the edges so it's not like super harsh. I'm very, very impressed with these shadows so far. I think you guys can see, speaks for itself. Like, I'm not even wearing any primer. I didn't wet the metallic colors. This is just pure pigment. So for my bottom lash line, I'm using a metallic brown color. It's called 24/7. And I'm just going to apply that underneath my lash line. Just diffuse it a little bit. Then I'm going to take the shade Pukey on my blending brush, which is another really weird shadow name. And it's kind of like a pukey brown, which is, I guess she named it correctly. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Pukey. On an angled brush, I've taken the black in this palette, which is called Abyss. I've tapped the heck out of this color because I do not want any fallout on my face whatsoever. And this looked incredibly creamy. So I'm going to very lightly press this into my top lash line. I'm not going to create a wing. I'm just going to press it in my lash line. And then with a little pencil brush, I'm just going to ever so slightly smudge it out. Just like that. This is the finished shadow look. I'm really impressed, you guys. I'm happy with the 10 eyeshadows or 9 eyeshadows I used. I'm happy with all of them. They all performed amazingly. Those mattes were butter, and the metallics, whoa, holy pigment. I'm gonna finish off this look with some mascara. This is the new L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I bought this from Walmart not too long ago because it reminded me of the Too Faced Better Than Sex packaging, and I was very intrigued by it. So I bought it, and I think I've only tried it once, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna use this today. I actually really do like this mascara. It does volumize them and make them nice and full and fluffy without looking clumpy, which is always good. So this is the finished eye look, you guys. Lastly, to finish off the look, we have lips, and I was kind of looking around. I was like, what new lip products can I try today? And the only thing that came to my mind is the new Dose of Colors Lip It Up lipsticks. I talked about these in my June favorites already because I have been really enjoying them, but there are some colors I haven't really put on my lips yet, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick out a color. I think I'm gonna take the shade Cinnamon Swirl. This color is really pretty. It's like a nice terracotta shade. So let's put this baby on. Where's my mirror? So this is Cinnamon Swirl on the lips. I think this color is beautiful, nice everyday color that's not like a nude, a pink, or a mauve. It's very warm, nice terracotta color. It's very different. I don't have a lot of lipsticks this shade, so I definitely know I'm going to be wearing this a lot, and I love the formula on these lipsticks. So creamy, they're satin finish. I just really like them a lot. So this is the final look. I'm like so feeling myself right now, I'm not gonna lie. I keep looking in the mirror and I just look like I'm ready to go out to some really fancy event. I think for the most part I'm pretty happy with everything I tried today, from the primer to the foundation to the cream bronzers to the bronzer to the blushes to the highlighters, the eyeshadows, the lips, everything. I'm really happy right now. I keep looking in the mirror and my skin looks flawless, my eyes look amazing and beautifully blended, and just everything looks so good. The only complaint I will have is probably the foundation oxidizing. I mean, it looks beautiful on my skin so far. I'm sad that it got so much darker, but I feel like I can fix that and work with it. I'm gonna go see if they do have a lighter shade I can test out. I have a pretty busy day today and I have a lot of things to do, so I will try to wear my makeup as long as I can and let you guys know in the description bar down below how everything kind of held up. I'll leave a little note for you guys to check out if you're curious. I know how tough it is to wash these, and it's like, okay, well, how did it do at the end of the day? So I will try to remember to leave a little note down below. You can check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Makeup by Jessie. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I appreciate it so very much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!